Good day fellas, and thank you for tuning in. This is T4 Madden Chalk Talk. And you are live with Burmese Star. Today, we are taking a closer look at goal line setups for our Dallas Cowboys scheme. With a variety of running plays and well-spaced passing plays, we'll always have options down inside the 5-yard line. Take a moment to sub and turn on notifications, so you don't miss anything. Hit that thumb and drop a note after, tell us what you think.
Alright guys, today we're going to be looking at the third installment of the Dallas Cowboys offensive ebook. We're going to be taking a look at two plays that I'm using out of empty Trey stack that we didn't look at last time. Didn't want the video to be too long. Once we do that, of course you see us making our substitution, because for the passing offense I want Tony Pollard in the formation as opposed to Ezekiel Elliott. So we go ahead and put our wide receiver 3 stack. You can keep whichever running back you want there. I prefer Tony Pollard because he's a little faster. Ezekiel Elliott, if you look at receiving numbers, is actually the better receiver. So we're going to go ahead and get back to the left hash 30-yard mark. You guys have seen any of my videos, you know this is pretty much where I take every snap from in practice unless I'm at the goal line. So now here we go. So this is one of the plays that we did not look at last time. And what I like to do here, you'll see Amari Cooper, his route, it has a quick break, so we'll see that in a minute. Gallup on that curl is a great read. Sometimes I make him a hitch. The two outside receivers, Pollard and Lamb, I'll quite often leave on their routes because they're going to clear zone. So you'll see, when we put Jarwin on this out route, smart routed out route we're going to do, Pollard and Lamb, as they push up the field, are going to carry the zones with them, and it leaves Jarwin wide open for an easy 15-yard pickup, right? Now, that can be a smart routed out route. It can also be a quick out. It doesn't have to be a smart routed out route. But let's take a look and see what happens. And this play, you'll actually see the slot DB is actually blitzing. So they're still carrying up the remaining zones, but they make plenty of room. And of course, if you want to hit a Amari Cooper late and try to get upfield and use Jarwin as a blocker, you can absolutely do that as well. So let's hit that smart routed out route again. And it's just one change we're making right here. Smart routed out route. Even with the man chasing him, the man is trailing him. It's an easy read. So now we'll do it with a quick out. And you'll see they still get upfield fast enough and move those zones out quick enough that you can get that ball out to Jarwin. So whether it's smart routed out route or quick out because you don't think you have enough time to smart route it or to hit up the smart route, you go right ahead and figure out which one of those out routes you want to use. And then you just take your time, wait for him to get open, and you'll find that you have great success. A lot of times I like to put Gallup on a hitch, and he'll be a great quick read as Amari comes across the field on that short crosser, if you will, a shallow crosser. And you'll see Amari's route does a quick speed. When he makes that break, he takes a bit of a speed burst. So that's actually really good against man. He gains a little bit of separation. So if you hit him on that break, you're usually good. Now levels, this is actually one of my favorite plays. I use it in the open field a lot. I use it in short yardage a lot. It's absolutely money at the goal line, I'll show you that. But I motion Tony Pollard in, I put him on a flat, and I put Jarwin on a hitch. Now a lot of times, Pollard is going to pull attention, and that leaves Jarwin open. And then even if it doesn't, of course, a lot of times hitches just get open under those zones and under man coverage anyway. But the real fun is over here on the stack side. So if you look at Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, what you'll see quite often is that Gallup, when he first breaks in, is open, and I mean like quick. If he isn't, you then read Cooper as he comes back in, and if he's not open, you read Gallup on his third break, which is second break, which is the deep in. So we'll take a look, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. It's a little bit easier to understand in instant replay. So when we first snap the ball, you see Gallup breaks inward and then goes up. Right there, quite often you can hit him. Low ball, possession catch, you pick up 4 to 5 yards. And if you have room, you can actually catch it and run. If he's not open, as Amari cuts back in, that's usually open against everything. It beats man, it gets a spot against zone, and then you look back up to Michael Gallup if your first two options aren't open. And we'll motion Pollard in on his flat route, and then we'll put Jarwin on the hitch. And we're going to be reading the left side on this play. And you can see we have to wait on Coop, and we hit him as he breaks back in. A lot of times you want to possession catch that, because quite often you're going to find you're in traffic. I forgot to change the play here. I actually did that a few times. But anyway, that neither here nor there. We'll just go ahead and change it. Pollard's on a flat, Jarwin's on a hitch. We motion Pollard in. This time we might read the right hand side. Let's see what those guys do. Oh, we were able to get Gallup as soon as he broke it. And so you see we actually end up with 10 to 11 yards depending on where that gets spotted. Alright, so now we're going to jump up to the goal line and we'll do the same thing. The reads are the exact same. So we're going to show you what it is we're doing. Again, I think I forgot to change the play. Yeah, I did that a ton. This wouldn't be bad at the goal line either. Gallup on the hitch and hoop on that quick in or that short, that shallow crosser. So I might actually try that. Jarvin's wide open here, but we're not reading him. We're reading the deep dig. That's okay. This is a great goal line setup. You guys know how much I like deep digs at the goal line, so this is money for me to have all these other reads before the deep dig. And truth be told, I tend to run the ball when I'm down here, and I would advise you do as well. But if I'm passing it, I'm not going to find a better pass play than this at the goal line. Jarvin's wide open. Got to change the play again. Oh no, we changed it. Okay. Pollard on his flat. Jarvin on his hitch. Make our reads. We're reading the left side of the field here. Coop's open. Tell you what, Gallup's even more open. That was a good decision to wait on that. And we'll do this a few more times and then get into some other plays that I'm using down here in this area. Gallup early. Touchdown. So you can see how this is difficult. As a user, there are way too many things that you have to guard in this short area of the field. So me on offense, as long as I'm patient, I watch who's open, I watch where the user is, you're going to have somebody open. You just have to be patient. And throw the ball away if you feel flustered. Throw the ball away. Or run if your quarterback the opportunities there, but by all means, don't get yourself in a position where you make a bad decision. Now this is something, again, I do use in the open field. It's a bit of a, there are two things I do actually. One I use PA read and one I use Mashbot. You can imagine I use Mashbot for the deep dig, but I'll show you PA read first. This is a bit of a screen setup actually. So I put Jarvin on an out route, Zeke on a wheel, and then I motion out Pollard and snap it before he sacks. And a lot of times those guys, first of all, they're clear defenders for Zeke, but you'll find in the open field that they'll also block. So it turns into a nice little makeshift screen, if you will. But down here at the goal line, it's a great setup. There you go. And once you catch that, depending on your running back, you just want to put your shoulder down and run through whoever's in front of you if there's anybody in front of you. But now here we go. We're going to use the play Mashbot, and we'll motion our deep dig out to give it a little bit of room. And we'll do a flat wheel. So I love wheels out here at the goal line. You see how deep dig gets open. You just got to be patient, pass lead it, possession catch it. And then we'll just do that a few more times. And I have a couple other things I want to show you that I'm doing down here at the goal line. I lap goal line a lot. Every offense I use, once I decide I'm going to use the offense, I lap the goal line. There are definitely games where I have no goal line offense and I'm just winging it. Here we go. We got the deep dig was the best read there, but under pressure, inaccurate. That's fine. As long as you're throwing it where it's not going to get intercepted, you're going to miss passes sometimes. That's okay, right? Alright, so let's get in the right play. Mashbot. Flat Tony Pollard, wheel Ezekiel Elliott, and motion CD Lamb to the left. Now we're going to have the wheel, and we have the deep dig. Just a matter of patience with that deep dig. Now having I like to keep the drags on the field, because crosses, anything crossing the user's face is going to get the user's attention, especially right here in this tight space. So he's going to chase one of those drags, and you're more often than not going to be able to hit CD in the back. Now right there, I waited too late to pass that. I think I was waiting on the wheel, if I remember. I was staring down the running back route. But I had it passed that sooner. You go back and watch it. CD was definitely open earlier. And I could have hit Coop right there, to be honest. But there we go. We go ahead. We hit our deep dig again. Now I'm going to show you some of the things I'm doing under center, because the truth is this is where I spend a lot of my time. Now this formation, wing flags, is going to be the next formation we use. It'll be featured in the next update. This was my initial favorite formation in the Dallas Cowboys playbook back in Madden 19 when I first started. I absolutely loved it. They're the only one with the dive and stretch. I think they still are the only one with the dive and stretch, and they're the only one with the vertical X cross play, I think it's called. X corner, vertical X corner, or something like that. Anyway, so you see, the play dagger, you have your deep dig, and it's a good play action. See, so we use this to run a lot. So I actually keep this play action in, and you'll have B and X crossing the field, and then you also have your running back shooting out to the flat. So when you have somebody who's playing the run aggressively, this ends up being a great setup to take advantage of that. It's something you're probably going to use once a game, though. Once your opponent's seen it, then you're not going to be able to use it again. I am putting a Mario on a drag, because in this play he's on a vertical route. So we put him on a drag, and then we snap the ball. Now, quick slants, I'm going to put Jarwin on a streak. Then I'm going to allow Pollard to clear the flat. Lamb, when you motion him over, this slant actually doesn't flip. So it's very similar to the wing stack, where he's going to shoot out to the side. So he's going to get open against man and some zones. That's going to be a high-low between him and Pollard. And then you're always going to have Coop coming in behind him as a late read. I mean, if a slant's a late read, I think you're doing good, right? So this is a great setup down here in this area as well. And these motions that you see me doing with Pollard, with Lamb, every single one of these motions you're going to see me using for to run the ball as well. So it's not a give. You're not going to know that I'm passing the ball when you see these motions. So I form H wing is another one I love to run out of. We got the toss play, the ISO play, stretch alert, power. You got a lot of running options down here with this, right? But PA spot is a great passing play in this area of the goal line, because you're going to block your running back so that you don't do the fake on this one. We're going to drag the outside tight end, and we're going to leave everybody else the same. So you have the drag and the running back flat, and then you have two routes that are trailing across the back of the end zone that just make this play a nightmare right here at the goal line. So you read your flat, you read your drag, and then you have two routes in the back of the end zone to choose from. I could have hit either one of these guys. I could even lowball Tony Pollard if I want to, and maybe even Schultz. So you can see this one at the goal line is absolute money. So you just want to block your running back, you want to drag the outside tight end, and you want to let this play out just like it is. Right there, I was waiting on the drag, but if you watch the replay, you'll see when I make that read, I have to see that Pollard is actually open. The fullback, see this? That's the read right there. But I was waiting on the drag. If I'm pointing in the wrong direction, it's because I don't flip the camera. But you know what I'm saying. So again, we block our running back. We drag that tight end. Get back in our play. Block our running back. Drag the tight end. And make our reads. It's modeled up. There goes the late dig. Alright, so the last thing we're going to take a look at in terms of the goal line for the Dallas Cowboys is going to be I-form H slot. Now, we do have some decent passing plays here. We have tight end option. We have Dagger. But I'm not using this for those at all. Not at the goal line. I'm using the stretch, and I'm using the dive and the bubble. That is my whole purpose down here. And I'll show you why. So when you snap this ball, it's easy to see if you have somebody who's aggressively playing the run and their cornerbacks are coming in and everybody's in a run commit or even just blitzing. If they're not, you obviously just dive it. If they are, or if they play off, you get that ball to your receiver, you do a quick juke, or you truck them. Sometimes I'll put a tight end where CD is and just truck them, right? But you see, if they're not playing the run aggressively, then you just run it. If anybody gives you a front like this at the goal line, chances are they don't want to win, so we'll just pretend we didn't even encounter that. So let's see if we can get a look where we need to throw the bubble. Here's a look, see? So that's where you want to throw the bubble, absolutely. So that's why for me, if I want to pass the ball, I have great enough setups out of the other formations. But these two plays, like three options, the dive, the bubble, and the stretch, are perfect for the goal line. I'm waiting to see if we can get a look to run the stretch at. Right now, I'm seeing a ton of great looks to dive the ball at. And now, you don't always need a pinch look. See this? I could run the stretch at. You don't always need a pinch look to run the stretch, right? I just realized I didn't put stretch in my audibles. So sometimes you see enough space between defenders on the edges of the box, and because the truth is, stretch is more effective for me anyway. I don't know about you, but for me, stretch is more effective when I'm not trying to get it to the outside like it's a sweep. You almost run it like it's an off tackle, and you're reading now jarring, and you're reading your tackle. And a lot of times I end up bending this in. You see. So that's where stretch is effective to me, especially in short yardage. You're only trying to get 1 or 2 yards. There's no reason to run 3 miles, right? Here's another good look for the stretch. Look at that. We follow Tony Pollard. Easy run. So it's very hard for anybody to defend you at the goal line with these 3 options. And you can run stretch this out. You get phenomenal blocking when you flip the play and run the stretch over here behind your wide receivers, because Pollard gets out there. So just take a look at the defense. Take what the defense gives you. Of course, you're a lot safer in this formation, just running the ball, than you are in any of those other formations, passing it. But once you get comfortable with the passes, by all means, mix them in.
Thanks for rocking with the squad. Remember, real life comes first, but when you do pick up the sticks, give them hell.